Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy. As I was attempting to start the video today with the message that I thought that was, given to me to share, which was keep going, don't get deterred, divine time happens in divine order. I also was reminded that you should have patience because as I was starting this, both the dogs separately, one at a time, they came in front of the camera and stood there, where all you could see was just the color of their fur. They're big dogs, and they were just like trying to get up on the chair with me. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And then I was intuitively told, right? Like my inner knowing told me that patience is a virtue and that sometimes virtues get forgotten or shoved to the side because of the desire to begin something or to handle something or to apply motion into, whatever the project may be. But sometimes we need to step back, and when a distraction or something that is unforeseen, steps in between you and your goal, that's a perfect time to practice the art of um, patience and, to have more of an understanding that in that moment, in that space, it gives you an opportunity to refocus, to make sure that you're on you're hitting your target, that you're moving in the right direction, that you're looking to achieve what it is, or obtain rather what it is you achieve, right? And that also leads into continuing on, not giving up. You know, once you find your path and you're walking it, not to get discouraged if something steps in between you and your goal. And sometimes that's a little bit harder to say or to do rather than to say, my words are all backwards today. That in itself should be a message. And that probably is. So maybe there's another way to look at a situation, or something that's perplexing you. And I know that if you pivot and you adapt and you stay humble and grounded, like you're very appreciative of where you are right now and everything that you've gained so far. And you may not think that it's noteworthy to mention any of the gains, but for the mere fact that you're here right now and that you are engaging, in whatever positive, project that you may have going on within you know, your surroundings, that in itself is a major accomplishment. And I'm very proud of you for that. Just like I'm extremely proud of me. Because I've always just done what I needed to do and, shared it with everyone along the way because I was never going to, you know, leave anyone behind, right? Especially if they were unable, due to age maybe, or mental capacity, or even physical limitations to be able to do it for themselves. Those were the ones that I cared for first. And I still do. I still advocate for little children, and for the elderly, and for, the animals of the world, whether they be wild or domesticated, and for the earth itself, without the planet, we would have nowhere to be. So those are great reasons to be appreciative of where you are, because I'm sure that at some point in your path, you did something for someone else out of the kindness of your heart, and you may not have even realized it. Even stepping aside when someone is passing you to give them enough room. You may think in the back of your head, oh, well, I don't want to bump into them or have them bump into me. But in reality, you're being respectful by stepping aside, respectful to you and to them. And that's what pivoting and adapting is pretty much all about. Not just worrying about you, but worrying about everything around you. Not only how it affects you, but how it affects your outside world as well. Because people do watch and they do pay attention. And we are seen whether we think we are or not. So if an obstruction or an obstacle or something unforeseen may come in between you and your goal, then that's a perfect opportunity to change that into a challenge, and then use your best foot forward and your most positive motion in order to achieve what it is that you're looking to receive. Now, when you pivot and you adapt your mindset, you may also be given different views that you may not have considered before, which, if a deterrent or something of that nature comes your way in between you and your goal, then patience, the virtue, is definitely something worth, perfecting and holding on to. Because this may not be a very patient world, but you can be patient. You have the ability to stop, to refocus, to breathe, to recollect all of you into a center space, to give you the strength to be able to pivot, to change, to adapt, to see what's ahead of you, to honor the patience and the other values and virtues that life offers that we may or may not take for granted. I know I'm very grateful for virtues. Very grateful. Because when they're looked at positively, those are tools that will take you the rest of your life and beyond. When you look at those virtues negatively, then they're only going to suck you down and bring grief your way. And that was way back then, and we are now where we are today. So please, if you feel that you're slipping or sliding, reach out and call me, because we will be able to, illuminate your path, and whether it be highlight your shortcoming or embrace your newfound being, remembering who you choose to be, that the newest version of you is yet to be perfected. Because trust me, as much as we ascend, there are always going to be new pieces of us that we find along the way that, we need to calibrate into or migrate away from who we were to calibrate into who we're becoming. The real version of us, our higher selves. Again, with the dog in the video. So that's got to mean something. So, confirmation from DJ. And when you spend your time, use it wisely, and gather your value and perfect your tools, and stay on the positive side of life. And if you need me, I'm here. My lovely collective, whatever it is you do today, may love, light, positivity, companionship friendship, empathy, patience, all come your way. Blessed be my lovely collective family. I